Have you ever witnessed your dog performing an act so extraordinary it defied all logical explanation? Something that appeared impossible, bordering on the mystical. If this resonates with you, understand that what you observed was far from random chance. You've actually been watching the unfolding of an ancient prediction made 8 decades ago by someone who possessed the rare gift of glimpsing tomorrow while in deep sleep. Edgar Cayce earned the title the Sleeping Prophet due to his extraordinary ability to receive prophetic visions during profound trance states spanning from 1901 through 1944. Throughout this period, he delivered over 14,000 documented forecasts that materialized with startling precision. His predictions encompassed the economic collapse of the 1930s, 2 global conflicts, catastrophic seismic events, and remarkably, the World Wide Web generations before its conception. However, among all his revelations, one particular prophecy about our canine companions lay dormant and largely ignored until recent times. This prediction concerning dogs is now manifesting everywhere around us, in our living rooms, our communities, across the entire globe. While in his trance states, Cayce's visions extended beyond major historical moments. He received detailed glimpses of how creatures would undergo spiritual development parallel to human evolution. Within all the animal species featured in his mystical readings, dogs occupied an extraordinarily significant position. These 4-legged protectors shall emerge from their slumber as our planet shifts into its elevated frequency, Cayce declared during a 1943 session. They shall transform into aware connectors linking our material realm with dimensions beyond. Hidden teachers walking among us to demonstrate pure, selfless love. The Sleeping Prophet portrayed dogs as living receivers of spiritual energy, beings with innate abilities to perceive invisible forces, anticipate future occurrences, and provide healing simply through their proximity. He understood these creatures retained capabilities that humans had gradually lost through the ages, powers that would reawaken during a predetermined era in our timeline. What makes Cayce's prophecy even more extraordinary is his detailed description of how dogs would serve as spiritual bridges during humanity's most challenging times. He explained that these animals would function as frequency stabilizers, creatures capable of detecting when human energy fields become chaotic or unbalanced, then automatically adjusting their own vibration to restore harmony in their immediate environment. This wasn't just about emotional support. Cayce saw dogs as literal energy regulators that could maintain stability in households during periods of intense transformation. The Sleeping Prophet also revealed that dogs would develop what he termed quantum intuition, the ability to perceive multiple probability timelines simultaneously and guide their humans toward the most beneficial outcomes. This explains why so many dog owners report their pets preventing them from going certain places or pushing them toward specific decisions that later proved to be exactly what they needed. Cayce described dogs as having direct access to what he called the Akashic Records, the energetic database containing all information about past, present, and future events. Through this connection, dogs would know not just what was happening in their immediate environment, but what was coming for their human families days, weeks, or even months in advance. What stands out most remarkably is Cayce's incredible specificity regarding the timing of this canine metamorphosis. He foresaw the initial indicators emerging precisely when mankind encountered significant worldwide crises, including health pandemics, environmental upheaval, rapid technological evolution, and widespread spiritual enlightenment. In one of his most powerful visions, Cayce outlined 3 separate phases of canine development. The initial phase would involve their capacity to identify illnesses and foresee events prior to their occurrence. The second phase would establish direct mind-to-mind communication between dogs and their human families. The final and most extraordinary phase would evolve dogs into genuine energy purifiers, capable of absorbing harmful vibrations and promoting emotional restoration. Once the communication devices unite all people, stated Casey in 1944, obviously referencing our modern internet, these canines will recognize their authentic spiritual calling. No longer will they serve merely as companions. They will become willing partners in humanity's consciousness expansion. This prophecy becomes even more remarkable when we consider Casey's vision of many dogs entering households during this awakening era as advanced spirits who deliberately chose animal incarnation to assist in human transformation. Enlightened beings wearing the disguise of family pets. The most crucial aspect to grasp is that Casey wasn't describing some distant tomorrow. He was detailing precisely what unfolds around us at this exact moment. The indicators he foretold 80 years past are rapidly emerging throughout our world. Canines identifying diseases ahead of medical professionals. Pets providing comfort to their humans at precisely the right moments, even when separated by great distances. Animals that appear to cleanse spaces of negative vibrations. Instances of almost telepathic exchanges between dogs and people. These occurrences aren't mere coincidences. They represent the realization of an ancient prophecy happening right before us. The pressing question becomes, are you prepared to acknowledge that your dog may possess far greater significance than you've ever imagined? Once you discover what Casey truly foresaw regarding our canine future, your perspective on your four-legged friend will be forever transformed. The awakening of dogs has commenced, and if you observe carefully, it's likely already unfolding within your own household. During 1944, in what would become one of his final and most profound psychic sessions, Edgar Casey experienced a revelation that rendered every witness speechless. His voice, already altered by the deep meditative state, began describing scenes from a future where dogs would assume completely new roles in human civilization. I witnessed these four-legged guardians stirring to consciousness. Casey spoke with such force that chills ran through everyone present. As our Earth transitions to its new energetic state, dogs will become conscious links between realms. They won't simply be pets anymore, but disguised masters walking among us to teach unconditional love and spiritual unity. The detailed prophecy Casey received that day described 3 separate waves of canine evolution. The first wave would coincide with humanity's collective spiritual awakening, which he positioned in the closing decades of the 20th century and opening years of the 21st. Throughout this period, dogs would manifest energetic healing powers and develop the ability to detect medical conditions before physicians could identify them. The second wave promised even more extraordinary developments. Casey witnessed dogs forming direct mental connections with their owners, reacting to unspoken thoughts and intentions. They would appear precisely when their humans required emotional assistance, as though directed by unseen wisdom. The third and most remarkable wave would reveal dogs functioning as authentic energy transformers. They would possess the power to neutralize toxic energies within homes, medical facilities, and even individuals experiencing profound emotional distress. Casey termed this gift emotional transmutation, the power to convert suffering into healing through simple presence. What made this revelation particularly striking was the historical period in which it occurred. We're discussing 1944, during the height of World War II, when dogs were viewed primarily as laborers or guards. The concept that these animals might serve spiritual or healing purposes was dismissed as nonsensical by contemporary science. The prophet provided even more specific details about which types of dogs would be most influenced by this transformation. He observed that purebred and mixed-breed dogs alike would develop these abilities, though rescue and adopted animals would demonstrate stronger connections to their spiritual missions. It seemed the experience of being rescued somehow linked them to a higher purpose. During that same remarkable session, Casey shared a revelation that astonished everyone present. He explained that numerous dogs entering families during this awakening period would actually be evolved consciousness, who deliberately chose to incarnate as animals to support human consciousness evolution. They were enlightened beings disguised as household companions. The prophecy also contained a significant caution. Casey foresaw that not every human would be ready to recognize these transformations in their dogs. Many would dismiss extraordinary behaviors as simple coincidences or natural instincts, but those who had achieved spiritual awareness would forge remarkable partnerships with their canine allies. Perhaps most impressive was Casey's remarkable accuracy about the precise timing when these changes would begin manifesting. He predicted the earliest signs would appear when humanity confronted major global trials, including disease outbreaks, climate disruption, and rapid technological advancement. Exactly the circumstances we're experiencing today. If you share your home with a dog, you've probably already observed subtle behavioral shifts over recent years. Perhaps they've become more attentive to your movements, showing restlessness before your arrival from work, or displaying increased sensitivity to different environments and individuals. These behaviors aren't isolated incidents. They represent the early manifestations of Casey's prophecy revealing itself before our very eyes. Beginning in the 2000s, veterinary professionals worldwide started reporting a fascinating trend. Dogs with previously calm temperaments began exhibiting intuitive capabilities that challenged conventional scientific understanding. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez, a specialist in animal behavior, has documented over 300 instances of dogs developing what he describes as emotional hyper-awareness, the capacity to sense changes in their owner's psychological state before any physical symptoms appear. One particularly compelling case involved Elizabeth Santos, a 45-year-old woman from New Jersey. Her companion Bobby, a 6-year-old golden retriever, started displaying unusual behavior whenever she prepared to leave for work. He would physically obstruct the doorway, whimper, and refuse to step aside. Elizabeth initially attributed this to mere stubbornness until she discovered Bobby only exhibited this behavior on days when she felt extremely stressed or was about to encounter workplace difficulties. It felt like he understood I needed to remain home and focus on self-care, Elizabeth explains. Whenever he insisted I shouldn't leave, something significant would occur that forced me to reconsider my priorities. That's when I realized Bobby wasn't being difficult. He was safeguarding me. However, these signs extend far beyond simple emotional awareness. Scientists at Duke University began recording cases of dogs developing disease detection abilities with remarkable precision. This encompasses not only cancer detection, which was previously documented, but also conditions including diabetes, seizure disorders, and severe depression. Luna's story, a 4-year-old Labrador, captured worldwide attention when she became fixated on sniffing her owner Juon's left arm for 3 straight weeks. Juon initially ignored this behavior until Luna began barking and pawing at the exact location. Concerned, he consulted a physician and discovered a small tumor that routine screenings had missed. The tumor was located precisely where Luna had been focusing her attention. Animal rescue organizations also began witnessing remarkable changes. Dogs previously considered difficult to place started forming immediate bonds with specific shelter visitors. It appeared they instinctively knew which person required their companionship at that moment. Ana Claudia Ferrer, who coordinates a local shelter, observed, "We noticed the dogs were selecting their families rather than the reverse. They gravitated toward individuals experiencing challenging life transitions, relationship endings, bereavement, health crises. They seemed to possess an internal guidance system for identifying those most in need of unconditional affection." Another remarkable indicator was the dramatic growth in certified therapy dogs globally. From 2010 to 2020, the number of dogs trained for emotional support increased by over 400% worldwide. What caught experts' attention was that many of these dogs began demonstrating healing abilities spontaneously, even without formal preparation. Medical facilities reported instances of visiting dogs who could identify which patients required companionship most urgently. They would bypass individuals who were recovering well and move directly to the bedsides of patients facing critical healing challenges. Medical staff began relying on this canine insight as an additional tool for identifying patients needing extra attention. Research centers studying animal behavior documented that dogs started reacting to weather disturbances, earthquakes, and other natural phenomena with increasingly early warnings. While they previously showed agitation hours before seismic activities, some dogs now alert their families up to 48 hours in advance. The most fascinating aspect of these early indicators is their widespread nature. Breed, age, or background makes no difference. Extraordinary abilities are emerging across all types of dogs. From apartment-dwelling poodles to farm mutts, all appear to be awakening to previously dormant capabilities. Most remarkably, these observations represented only the beginning. The signs we began noticing in the 2000s were merely the first wave of the prophecy. What would follow would prove even more astonishing. Picture returning home after an exhausting day and feeling all the negative energy instantly dissolve the moment your dog approaches you. This isn't wishful thinking or imagination. It's the emergence of a capability dogs are rapidly developing: the power to function as genuine energy purifiers. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake, a biologist who investigates unexplained phenomena, dedicated over 10 years to documenting cases of dogs displaying abilities that surpass traditional scientific explanation. His research revealed that dogs worldwide are developing remarkable sensitivity to detect and neutralize harmful energies in both environments and people. The most thoroughly documented case occurred with the Thompson family in England. After relocating to an older home, every family member began experiencing sleep disturbances, anxiety, and persistent uneasiness. Max, their German Shepherd, started exhibiting strange behaviors. Each night, he would patrol the house, pausing at specific locations where he'd remain motionless for extended periods, as though addressing something invisible. Max performed what seemed like a ceremony, Sarah Thompson recalls. He would take deep breaths in particular corners, occasionally emit soft whines, then shake his entire body as if removing something unwanted. Following his nightly rounds, our sleep quality improved dramatically. The family decided to consult an energy specialist to assess their home. The expert confirmed multiple residual energy disturbances existed throughout the house, precisely in the areas where Max conducted his nightly vigils. After several weeks of Max's ritualistic behavior, both the specialist and family confirmed the home's energy had completely shifted. Medical centers and healing facilities worldwide began observing similar occurrences with therapy dogs. Healthcare workers reported certain dogs could detect rooms containing heavy energy and would refuse entry until the space had been energetically cleared. Once they finally entered, patients in those rooms demonstrated significant improvements in both emotional and physical well-being. Alternative healing practitioners have started collaborating with specially gifted dogs to enhance their treatment effectiveness. During energy clearing sessions, some dogs have shown the ability to absorb negative energies released by clients, then discharge these energies through yawning, shaking, or running in circles. Esther, who practices Reiki therapy, has partnered with her dog Isis for 3 years during healing sessions. Isis consistently positions herself at clients' feet throughout treatments. When we encounter deep emotional wounds or energy blockages, she physically trembles as though processing that harmful energy. Afterward, she steps away, shakes herself thoroughly, drinks water, and returns completely refreshed. Households that have witnessed traumatic events, deaths, separations, intense family conflicts, report their dogs began displaying automatic energy cleansing behaviors. They would move systematically through the home, stopping in specific locations where arguments occurred, then lie down for extended periods, apparently absorbing and transforming the lingering energies. Some dogs have developed the capacity to neutralize negative energy through physical contact. Reports of people experiencing immediate calm after being touched by certain dogs have multiplied dramatically in recent years. This isn't ordinary contact. It feels like deliberate energy transmission. Armando's story, a mixed breed adopted by Ferdinand, perfectly illustrates this evolution. Whenever visitors arrived feeling stressed or melancholy, Armando would approach and gently place his paw on them for several minutes. Everyone reported instant relief and peace. Armando appears to have an built-in detector for identifying who requires positive energy, Ferdinand explains. His accuracy is perfect. Most impressively, after his healing sessions, people leave noticeably lighter and revitalized. This canine spiritual development extends beyond energy cleansing. Many dogs are evolving the ability to shield their homes and families from negative external forces. They can sense when individuals with harmful intentions approach and establish what seems like an energetic barrier around their territory. Social media platforms overflow daily with videos of dogs performing seemingly impossible feats. Canines materializing from nowhere to rescue children from danger. Pets awakening entire households moments before emergencies. Animals locating missing individuals under circumstances that defy logical explanation. These aren't random occurrences. They represent manifestations of Casey's third prophetic wave intensifying around us. A case that captured international attention occurred in March 2023 in a small Brazilian town. Bella, an 8-month-old mixed breed, began barking frantically during the night and scratching at her family's bedroom door. The household awakened irritated, assuming she needed to go outside. Instead, Bella rushed directly to the infant's nursery and continued barking. When the parents reached the crib, they discovered their 6-month-old baby experiencing breathing difficulties and turning blue. Medical professionals confirmed that without Bella's intervention, the child would have died. Most remarkably, Bella had never previously shown protective instincts. It appeared she had awakened to her guardian role at the precise moment her mission was required. Share in the comments. Has your dog ever performed an action that left you completely amazed? Some form of unexplainable rescue or protection? I'd love to hear your experiences. Dr. James Serpell, who directs the Center for Animal-Human Interaction at the University of Pennsylvania, has been gathering similar testimonies for more than 5 years. His documentation includes over 1,200 instances of dogs saving human lives through means that science cannot yet adequately explain. What we're witnessing transcends conventional protective behavior, Dr. Serpell clarifies. These dogs demonstrate prophetic awareness, They understand something will happen before any observable indicators exist. It's as though they can access information beyond normal perception. This phenomenon becomes even more pronounced when observing dogs that rescue complete strangers. In October 2023, Thor, a German shepherd, broke free from his home and ran 3 blocks to a construction area. There, he barked continuously at workers, preventing them from entering a particular zone. 20 minutes later, exactly where Thor had blocked their access, a concrete structure collapsed. Thor had never escaped the house independently, his owner explained, and had no logical reason to know about the construction site danger. It seemed like he had received a specific assignment at that moment. Before we proceed, I'd like to introduce you to the Quantum Thinking Challenge, a 21-day transformation program designed to rewire your mindset, elevate your vibration, and unlock your complete energetic capabilities. For 3 weeks, you'll engage in daily exercises to shift your frequency and begin manifesting your deepest desires. Find the link in the first pinned comment. Now imagine this scenario. You're considering heading home and your dog is already positioned at the entrance, despite being miles away with no fixed schedule. Or your pet materializes beside you exactly when sadness strikes, without any visible emotional cues from you. This isn't fantasy. It's genuine telepathic connection occurring between you and your canine companion. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake completed the most extensive investigation ever conducted on animal telepathy. Across 10 years, he recorded more than 4,000 cases of dogs demonstrating the capacity to interpret their owner's thoughts and intentions across great distances. The findings were so remarkable, they fundamentally challenged our comprehension of interspecies communication. Sheldrake's most renowned experiment featured JT, a fox terrier who consistently anticipated his owner Pam Smart's homecoming. The remarkable aspect was that Pam maintained irregular work hours and utilized various transportation methods daily. Video surveillance installed in their home revealed that JT would become restless and position himself at the window precisely when Pam formed the mental decision to return home. Not when she departed from work, but the exact moment the thought of returning entered her consciousness. We monitored JT for 2 full years, Sheldrake reported. Transportation method made no difference: car, bus, train, or walking. Timing variations were irrelevant. JT consistently recognized the precise instant Pam developed the intention to come home. This telepathic connection extends beyond emotional state recognition. Dogs are showing the ability to respond to specific mental directives. Sarah Johnson, a canine trainer in Los Angeles, created an experimental approach to test this capability. I began instructing owners to silently think specific commands while observing their dogs, Sarah explains. The outcomes were extraordinary. Dogs followed mental instructions like sit, come, and lie down with 78% accuracy. The most captivating element of canine telepathy is its ability to transcend physical barriers. American military families have documented cases of dogs reacting to dangers their soldier owners faced in war zones thousands of miles away. Corporal James Mitchell, a veteran of the Iraq conflict, reports that his dog Princess, who remained stateside during his deployment, would consistently become distressed and cry on the exact days he encountered intense combat situations. My wife began documenting the days Princess became inconsolable. When I returned and compared her notes with my mission records, the timing was perfectly synchronized. Duke University researchers are investigating the neurological foundations of this telepathic communication. Using simultaneous brain scans of dogs and humans, they've identified brainwave synchronization patterns that suggest a form of non-physical communication between species. We detected brainwave alignment between dogs and their owners even when positioned in separate rooms, explains Dr. Michael Chen, the neuroscientist directing the research. It appears there's a shared frequency enabling information exchange without any physical communication pathway. Telepathic communication also appears through shared dreams. Hundreds of individuals report dreams featuring their dogs delivering specific messages or warnings about real-world situations. Advanced research into canine telepathy has revealed even more extraordinary capabilities. Dogs are demonstrating what scientists call empathic projection, the ability to not just receive human thoughts and emotions, but to actively send calming thoughts and healing energy back to their humans. Dr. Lisa Chen at the Stanford Research Institute has documented cases where humans in high-stress situations experienced sudden, unexplained feelings of peace and clarity that coincided exactly with their dogs focusing intently on them from miles away. We're discovering that the telepathic connection works both ways, Dr. Chen explains. Dogs aren't just passive receivers of human thoughts. They're active participants in a two-way communication system that can provide real-time emotional and spiritual support across any distance. Some dogs have even developed the ability to enter their sleeping owner's dreams to provide guidance or comfort during nightmares or troubling dream scenarios. Hundreds of people report experiencing what they describe as dream rescues, where their dog appears in a nightmare to help them wake up or transform the dream into something peaceful. Perhaps most remarkably, certain dogs are demonstrating quantum entanglement with their owners, a phenomenon where they instantly react to their human's emotional or physical state regardless of distance. Military families have documented cases where dogs at home immediately began providing comfort behaviors at the exact moment their deployed family member was experiencing trauma or danger thousands of miles away, even before any news of the incident reached the home front. I'm curious, have you noticed your dog responding to your thoughts before you speak them? Drop a comment below with your telepathic experiences with your canine companion. Have you ever questioned why these canine transformations are occurring at this particular moment? Why are dogs globally awakening simultaneously to abilities that seemed impossible just 20 years ago? The explanation connects to something far more significant than we might imagine: a planetary frequency elevation that Edgar Cayce predicted with extraordinary precision. According to Cayce's interpretations, Earth would transition into a new developmental phase during the early 21st century, characterized by an acceleration of collective human awareness. He described this era as the period of the Great Awakening, when both humans and animals would activate dormant spiritual capabilities to navigate the intensive changes of this planetary shift. During humanity's most challenging period, Cayce stated in 1943, these four-legged guardians will awaken to provide guidance and protection through the transition to our new world. They will function as sources of pure love during turbulent times. Dr. David Hawkins, a psychiatrist who studied consciousness levels, created a measurement system for humanity's collective energetic frequency. His research demonstrates that since 2000, human consciousness has experienced unprecedented acceleration, jumping from survival-focused levels to spiritual awareness at a rate that typically requires centuries. We're observing consciousness evolution happening in real time, Dr. Hawkins explains. Animals, particularly dogs, are responding to this frequency elevation by developing capabilities that connect them more profoundly with human experience. The timing correlation is undeniable. Intense manifestations of extraordinary canine abilities began receiving widespread documentation starting in 2001. precisely when humanity experienced one of the most significant collective traumas in modern history. It appeared dogs had received a cosmic activation signal to begin their spiritual support mission. HeartMath Institute researchers discovered that major traumatic global events generate measurable electromagnetic waves affecting the planet's energy field. These waves influence not only human behavior, but also trigger evolutionary responses in domestic animals, especially those with strong emotional bonds to humans. Dogs operate as living receivers for these planetary energy changes, explains Dr. Rollin McCready, HeartMath's research director. They're responding to frequencies we humans are just beginning to understand scientifically. The 2020 pandemic represented another critical moment in canine awakening. Veterinary reports worldwide documented an explosion of unusual behaviors in dogs during lockdown periods. Animals that had never displayed special sensitivity began showing emotional detection abilities, energy healing, and even prophetic awareness. It seemed the collective emotional intensity of the pandemic activated something dormant within dogs, notes Dr. Sandra Molina, a behavioral veterinarian from Madrid. In 2 years, I received more reports of psychic canine behaviors than throughout my entire previous career. This phenomenon isn't restricted to traumatic events. Global celebrations, group meditations, and mass spiritual gatherings also generate energy waves that amplify canine abilities. During solar eclipses, supermoons, and other significant celestial events, animal research centers document increases in telepathic activity and healing behaviors among dogs worldwide. Quantum physicists have begun theorizing that dogs may be accessing what they term the collective morphic field, a non-local information network connecting all living consciousness on our planet. As humanity elevates its vibration through challenges, growth, and spiritual awakening, dogs automatically attune to these higher frequencies. Dogs have always been receptive to subtle energy fields, explains Dr. Amit Goswami, quantum physicist and author of The Self-Aware Universe. Now, as human consciousness expands, they're accessing quantum information levels that enable them to function as bridges between reality dimensions. The digital era also contributes significantly to this awakening. The same technology that instantly connects billions of human minds creates a planetary electromagnetic field that amplifies dogs' natural psychic receptivity. They're literally detecting information waves circulating through global communication networks. Spiritual centers worldwide report their resident dogs have begun displaying extraordinary behaviors synchronized with global meditations and collective prayer movements. During events like Earth Day, solstice celebrations, and worldwide peace initiatives, these animals spontaneously enter profound meditative states. Our dogs become living indicators of rising planetary consciousness, explains Lama Tenzin from the Buddhist Center in Brasilia. When humanity unites in positive intention, our canine companions respond immediately, radiating peace that further amplifies the collective energy. Astrologers and cosmic cycle researchers note we're living through what many ancient traditions called the transition era, a period when planetary consciousness undergoes fundamental transformation. Dogs, as beings naturally synchronized with cosmic rhythms, serve as catalysts and facilitators of this transition. Dogs are the first to detect new frequencies arriving on our planet, explains Maria Helena Ramallo, astrologer and cosmic cycle researcher. They're demonstrating what the next phase of conscious evolution will encompass: more telepathic, more empathetic, more energetically interconnected. Climate urgency and global environmental challenges have also activated within dogs a form of collective survival instinct. They appear to understand instinctively that their spiritual evolution directly connects to human consciousness, survival, and development. This environmental awareness in dogs extends to what researchers call ecological telepathy. Dogs worldwide are demonstrating synchronized responses to environmental threats, often alerting their families to air quality issues, water contamination, or toxic substances in their environment before any testing confirms the danger. In areas affected by wildfires, chemical spills, or other environmental disasters, dogs consistently warn their families hours or even days before official evacuation orders are issued. Dr. Rebecca Martinez, an environmental scientist studying animal responses to climate change, has documented remarkable patterns of canine behavior that correlate with environmental data. Dogs in different regions show similar behavioral changes in response to atmospheric pressure changes, solar activity, and even shifts in the Earth's magnetic field, she explains. They're functioning as living environmental monitoring systems, more sensitive than our most advanced technological equipment. Evolutionary biologists suggest we're witnessing accelerated symbiotic evolution, where two species rapidly evolve in response to extreme environmental pressures, developing traits that mutually benefit their survival. Dogs are evolving to become our conscious allies in navigating the planetary challenges we face, explains Dr. Lynn Margulis, evolutionary biologist. They're developing precisely the capabilities we require: intuition, healing, early problem detection, emotional support, to survive this critical period in human history. The canine awakening represents more than an isolated phenomenon. It's part of a greater cosmic coordination, preparing both humans and animals for a new phase of planetary existence. Dogs have consciously chosen to assume roles as guides, healers, and protectors during this crucial transition. This explains why numerous pet owners report feeling their dogs selected them, arrived with specific purposes, or represent far more than simple companions. Because they truly are. They're conscious partners in one of the most significant transformations Earth consciousness has ever experienced. Edgar Cayce's prophecy wasn't merely about the future. It was a preparation guide for a reality that has already materialized. At this moment, as you process these words, millions of dogs worldwide are functioning as conscious bridges between dimensions, energy healers, and spiritual guardians of humanity. The question no longer concerns whether this will happen. It's about how you'll prepare for this new reality. If you share your home with a dog, you must understand they may represent far more than you've ever considered. Recent research indicates that 73% of domestic dogs display at least one extraordinary ability that their owners initially dismiss as coincidence. Learning to recognize and cultivate these abilities can completely transform your relationship and unlock communication channels you never thought possible. The initial step involves observing behavioral patterns in your dog that transcend normal instinct. Does your dog materialize beside you precisely when you're feeling low, even from another room? Do they become agitated before unexpected guests arrive? Do they show particular interest in specific areas of your body that later prove to be tension points or health concerns? These aren't random behaviors. They represent developing spiritual abilities. Dr. Patricia Goodman, an animal communications specialist, created a straightforward method for identifying dogs with extraordinary abilities. Monitor whether your dog responds to your thoughts before you vocalize them. Attempt to mentally summon them from another room. Observe if they react to your emotions even when you attempt to conceal them. These are definitive signs of active telepathic communication. To nurture these capabilities, establish daily periods of intentional connection with your dog. Spend 10 to 15 minutes sitting quietly together. Maintain gentle eye contact and mentally transmit thoughts of appreciation and love. Many owners report this simple practice dramatically enhances telepathic communication with their pets. For those not yet sharing their lives with a dog, prepare to recognize when an extraordinary animal enters your path. Dogs with specific spiritual missions often select their human families through remarkable synchronicities. They appear exactly when you need them most, demonstrate immediate and undeniable connections, or arrive through circumstances that feel destined. Completely new careers are emerging to support this evolving reality. Animal communicators, human canine connection specialists, telepathic ability trainers, and therapists working with human-dog partnerships are experiencing increasing demand. Technology is also adapting. Applications that monitor energetic synchronization between humans and dogs, devices measuring electromagnetic fields in environments with special pets, and platforms connecting owners of dogs with similar abilities are revolutionizing our understanding of this evolutionary alliance. Your dog may be one of the disguised masters Casey witnessed in his visions, and you may be among those chosen to participate in this transformation that's redefining what it means to be human on a planet where consciousness is evolving exponentially. Consider watching this video daily, perhaps each morning, to attune yourself to these elevated frequencies and strengthen your connection with your canine companion. Share this with someone whose dog displays unusual behaviors. By spreading this consciousness-expanding knowledge, you create energetic ripples that accelerate both your own awakening and contribute to humanity's collective spiritual evolution. Now, understanding how dogs are awakening to higher frequencies connects directly to your own vibrational state. Your ability to recognize and nurture these canine gifts depends entirely on maintaining your own elevated frequency. Discover the exact techniques to instantly raise your vibration through heart-brain coherence.